Is it time for yet another introduction?
Absolutely.
All right. How about Jennifer Bird?
Please do.
This is quite the young lady, I'll tell you that. Let me share with you a little something about our next guest. Jennifer is the interim director of the operations for the National Security Innovation Network, where she leads a team focused on building a network of experts to support the Department of Defense's innovation challenges. She most recently spent time at Navita at Tech-Enabled Services Company, and Dynaminer, a company that leverages to provide critical alerts to public and private sector customers. Previously, Jennifer worked as a professional staff member for the House Armed Services Committee, where she briefed members of Congress and authored legislation focused on the Middle East and counterterrorism policy. Prior to that, she served as the deputy director for the Gulf and Arabian Peninsula team, in the Office of the Secretary of Defense for the policy, where she helped develop and execute Department of Defense strategy on bilateral defense sales and the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. She began her career as an analyst. She first supported the U.S. Army in East Baghdad and later worked for the Navy, where she deployed in support of naval special warfare. In addition, Jennifer served as an international election observer for the Organization of American States, and she received her undergraduate degree from the University of Michigan and her master's degree from Columbia's School of International and Public Affairs. Wow, that is something. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we say hello to Jennifer Bird. Most impressive, Jennifer. How are you? Thank you for being here.
I'm fine. Thank you so much for having me. I just want to start by thanking everyone for what was a truly valuable day. I want to start off also thanking those of you who made today possible. So first of all, big thanks to David Hamilton and Michelle Pearson of AFS. Thank you to our chair, General Raduege, to our co-chair, Andrzej Cetnarski, and to Suzanne Kelly for the fireside chat. I want to thank our keynote speakers, Igal Unna and General Whiting. And I also want to thank our many panelists representing the armed forces, the private sector, and academia. And also, of course, acknowledge Scott, our MC, for ensuring the day went smoothly. And finally, I'd like to thank the audience. Thank you so much to those of you who are advancing cybersecurity innovation every day from a national security and economic perspective. Here at the National Security Innovation Network, or NSIN as we call ourselves, we are by design tech vertical agnostic. But given the tremendous growth of cyber threats, both in scale and scope, cybersecurity has uniquely broad application within our programming. And because of that, we're so committed to working with this community to ensure that the Department of Defense has access to innovative cybersecurity solutions. As General Raduege said during the Space Operations Roundtable, it's all about partnerships and collaboration. He went on to emphasize the importance of new approaches and working with academia and the venture community. We couldn't agree more. Suzanne Kelly also hit on this theme during the fireside, saying, you have got to be a part of the community to be a part of the mission. Network building organizations like NSIN are vital to complete this call to action. As NSIN's managing director, Morgan Plummer, mentioned at the beginning of the day, NSIN's mission is to build networks of innovators that generate new solutions to national security problems. Our programs serve to develop a new alliance between the defense, academic, and venture communities whose collaboration is imperative to our national security. To that end, NSIN is focused on 3 primary lines of effort. Through our national service portfolio, we offer new pathways to national service for those who may not otherwise participate in the defense community. We engage university students in internships with DoD offices, provide mid-career professionals an opportunity to share their subject matter expertise, and create innovative hiring solutions for DoD civilian positions. Building models of service that account for generational and cultural differences between the military, academic, and venture communities is fundamental to diversifying participation in national security service and establishing a competitive advantage for the warfighter. This afternoon, Laura Nausenberger, the Air Force CIO, shared the importance of doing more to get diverse people working on cyber. And this is exactly the type of work we do through our national service programs. Our collaboration programs offer collider events that bring together innovators to solve national security problems. From our flagship Hacking for Defense course, to hackathons, to bootcamp innovation workshops, Ensign provides opportunities for service members to engage with non-traditional partners to better understand problems and discover new solutions. Our acceleration programs seek to accelerate the development of dual-use early-stage technologies needed to support the warfighter. Whether that's commercializing a DoD laboratory technology or connecting DoD end users with entrepreneurs to inform the development of new tech, Ensign is dedicated to finding and supporting ventures that will be of value to the department. Together, these lines of effort leverage people, ideas, and technology in order to build a better, safer, and stronger world. To that end, I want to issue a call to action. We are seeking DoD problem sponsors, end users, mentors, subject matter experts, students, recent graduates and young professionals, university faculty, early stage ventures, and first-time and serial entrepreneurs to innovate with us. Whether that's working on us to put together a hire-a-thon to bring the best and brightest talent to your organization, sharing your problems for our network to solve, or leveraging your entrepreneurial talents to solve national security problems, we invite you to join the National Security Innovation Network. You can find us at nsin.us. Thank you all very much for the opportunity to participate.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support today. Thanks for being here with us, sharing a little bit about Ensign. I want to thank Ensign specifically for being our title sponsor. And clearly your mission is what we're all about. We care about what you care about. The fact that you are actually getting the work done, we're just a platform for it. I hope you'll come back and I hope you'll share more of the work that you're doing. And I hope that we'll see you again soon at our next event. I want to say thank you again.
Jennifer, I don't want to sound like a newsman, which I spent over 30 years being a part of, but let me ask you this. What is it that you enjoy most about being a part of events like this today? What is it that's special? You're so kind to prepare what you just put together, but I just wondered for you personally, what is the satisfaction that you get out of being a part of things like this?
It's just really wonderful to be a part of a bigger group, right? I mean, we see sort of our day-to-day operations. We work very closely with our military partners, but kind of taking your head out of the sand and seeing how many folks across the nation are like-minded in their pursuit of technological excellence, to me, is really worth it. And I really appreciate you all for putting on these types of events to really showcase how many folks out there are really rowing in the same direction. So thank you for that.
No, that was a great answer, and I appreciate the fact that that's what you did say. So we can count on you as a result of that to join us again down the road.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. You were just great, Jennifer. Thanks so very, very much. Be safe.
Thank you.
So we're going to wrap up. I want to thank everybody, all of the volunteers, all of our board of advisor members, our two hosts today, Andre and Harry. Our main sponsor, Ensign, et cetera, all the speakers, all the moderators, you, the folks at Murray Media, the technical folks behind the scenes. I want to thank everybody for that. And then we hope that you'll join us next week for the National Security Pitch Day. This is a showcase of companies that want to do business with the military, solutions providers that want to support the DoD, et cetera. There's an opportunity for you to pitch your wares, and that can be for money if you're looking for investors.
Absolutely.
And it can also be for deals. If you're looking for clients, maybe you want to license intellectual property, you're looking for a strategic partnership, et cetera, we have an opportunity for you to do that. Please come to the website and see that. After the National Security Pitch Day, a week later, we'll have a two-day event, which is our grand dam, if you will, the two-day Defense Innovation Summit. Please look at all the speakers out there. There's something there for everybody. If you signed up for this event, the space one, this one, et cetera, you are already registered for that one.
Yeah, straight across the board.
Straight across the board.
Okay.
And the same link that you used will work for both of these for you to observe these. So after that, we've got a couple things coming up in the fall and in the summer. And they are our Magellan Award dinner.
Always a special time.
Absolutely.
Mickey Magellan passed away last year at the age of 103.
Absolutely.
But the most decorated airman in the history of the 82nd Airborne. So one of the people that you just look up to. What an incredible legacy he left.
Absolutely. He's basically G.I. Joe in my book.
He was G.I. Joe. And even up, when we had his 103rd birthday last year, even then he still could sit down and have a conversation like you and I are having right now, above and beyond. But what he did for our country is just incredible. So, yep.
Really excited about that. So I hope that everyone will tune in for that. It'll be the 28th of September. So mark that date down. And, I'd like to finish on a note by bringing Andre in and thanking him for his leadership in helping put this program together.
Absolutely. Another home run. Andre, might you be there? There he is.
Gentlemen, hello, everyone.
Good. I don't know if you heard it, but David just said, thank you so much for all that you did to bring this to the high level that it was again today. And I ditto that. We can't thank you enough for being a part of this.
Well, I have a couple of thoughts that I wanted to leave everybody with, if I may. To say it's been an absolute pleasure, an honor to be your co-pilot for today's mission of really provoking thought leadership that pushes the edges of innovation in cybersecurity of our nations and our space wouldn't even begin to do justice and wouldn't even begin to show how grateful we, the America's Future Series, Cyber Nation Central, National Cybersecurity Center, Ensign, and
Well, I think we're having technical difficulties, but I think Andre is saying that he's thrilled to be part of this, and he's enjoyed his role in this. We do have the other co-chair, Lieutenant General Harry Raduege. So Harry, do you want to take it away and maybe give us your final thoughts?
Well, this was an absolutely fabulous day. I was on during the full time, and I noticed that our co-chair Andre is rejoined again. But let me just say what a pleasure it has been to be with you today and address these critical areas of cybersecurity, space. I mean, we got into networks, which ties it all together, and just fabulous speakers. We had pre-recorded activities. Andre, you're the champion of that. You had to pre-record a number of yours, and we had Lauren Knuseberger interviewed by Shelley Brunswick. And, you know, to bring all that together, frankly, I got to point to Scott Murray and Murray Media, because as I mentioned when we kicked this off early this morning, and there weren't as many people listening at that particular time, but I had one panel member that called me last night and was wondering, because so many people have such trouble, you know, with the shifting and everything of fireside chats and panel presentations and, you know, with difficulties like that, I said, Murray Media, they're the pros on this. So I know we had probably some what we would call issues at the edge with call-ins and perhaps connectivity issues. Not everybody's blessed probably with high-speed fiber optics in the areas they live. But by golly, if we give you something to work with, Scott, you produce outstanding results. So thanks to the America's Future series, to David and Michelle Pearson. She's behind the scenes. I know she's been working very, very hard today. She's been texting with me on some areas, and she's always, and just like your son, Scott, Doug, who's over there, and I think we captured a view of him earlier, but wow, they're the ones that make all this work, so we just have to smile and look pretty, right?
Well, you're very kind with your comments, Harry. Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you very much. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve with you one more time. Thanks.
And I will second Harry's comments. You, Scott, have been absolutely amazing with the entire event, and so has Max behind the scenes, David's son. And to our audience, again, you are the leaders of today and tomorrow that will take our nations and our cybersecurity and the cybersecurity of our space forward. So for that, thank you and Godspeed. Thank you also to our keynote, fireside chat and round table speakers for their brilliance and for their free-flowing thought leadership on topics that don't just move the needle, but as David likes to jovially say sometimes, break the needle on our closest competitors' backs, right? It was an incredible pleasure to bring together our American private, government, and military forces, as well as our global allies to our discussion. For me personally, it was an honor to bring to our discussion and to host Singapore's Commissioner of Cybersecurity and Chief Executive of Singapore's Cybersecurity Agency, Mr. David Koh, as well as head of Israel's National Cyber Directorate Strategy and International Policy, David Shohesh. Also, global head of AI for JP Morgan, Apoorv Saxena, Head of DoD Joint Artificial Intelligence Center Technology, Namru Chandani. Along with all of our speakers, I hope all of them proved inspiring to your mission and to your practical application of tools that will take your legacies of cybersecurity, our space, our nations, and our organizations forward. Most of all, thank you to America's Future Series. To you, David, the founder and chairman, for your astute leadership and devotion to our nation and to our national security, and to making sure that we catalyze the most impactful of solutions forward and towards moving our, what I like to call ensuing American century of cybersecurity supremacy forward in an exponential way. Thank you also to a, as Harry mentioned, tireless leader that has made so much of this possible behind the scenes. Michelle Pearson, as I tell you every time we speak, you are a manifestation of love for our country, a vision of grace and diplomacy, and our country and our people. Thank you for being you. I had a chance to speak with your daughter briefly last night, who, while in high school, is already proving to be this spitting image of her mother's grace, leadership, grit, poise, and execution firepower. Thank you for being a role model to her and to so many women and girls in cybersecurity, national security, and beyond. Thank you also to our entire team behind the scenes, Zahir Ali, Ben McNally, and so many others, including Max and Doug, who have made today possible. And finally, thank you to my co-pilot, co-partner, and co-chairman of this International Cybersecurity Innovation Summit, Lieutenant General Harry Raduege. Your leadership in and out of cybersecurity is one to aspire to, and I am so grateful on behalf of our entire audience for your vision and your leadership in making today the smashing success it has become. Thank you for being you, my friend. My fellow Wharton MBA alum and CIO of the US Air Force, Lauren Knussenberger, said something very astute today. Between the $6 trillion cybercrime economy and our $300 billion cybersecurity market, there's a wide gap. Indeed, she is right. We have a $5.7 trillion gap that needs to be bridged. And it is up to you, our audience, to make sure that we do so, and do so with haste and laser sharp precision. I hope that our conversations today on everything from AI to preventing social engineering attacks to cyber securing our IoT and OT infrastructures will aid you in your mission. May God protect and speed our mission, and may our United States of America and our allies live their most inspiring legacies of cybersecure renditions of our physical nations that make our children safe and proud. God bless you and your missions ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Goodbye now. Thank you.